Previously, when Mr. Heng Swee Keat was chosen to lead the 4G team, Mr. Chan Chun Sing was chosen as his deputy. This time around, will there be a deputy later, or will he be chosen?
We've done it different ways. In the case of Mr. Goh Chok Tong, the 2G, we had Mr. Goh Chok Tong as one DPM, clearly identified as the successor, and at the same time supported by Mr. Ong Teng Cheong, who was second DPM. In my case, the ministers settled on me, and later on I appointed deputy prime ministers, a series of them. In the case of Mr. Heng Swee Keat and Mr. Chan Chun Sing, on that occasion, the ministers who caucused, who were involved, thought that they wanted to have a pairing and that would be the best choice. In this case, the exercise was to choose the leader of the 4G team. It was not to choose his deputy. It was not to choose a 5G leader. Therefore, there was no decision made on the deputy, and in due course, Lawrence will decide who will be his deputy and who will be in his core team. And I hope he and his colleagues will work hard to identify and induct more promising leaders into the team to build up the 5G team for Singapore. In choosing a leader, we're always looking for somebody who can bring the team together, to get the best out of each team member. And especially this time, I advise the ministers that this should be a major consideration in choosing the next leader. The world is getting more complicated. Our challenges are getting greater and more multifarious. Our internal politics is also evolving, and you must maximize the abilities and the experiences and the instincts of people from a wide range of backgrounds and get them to work together so that you have an outstanding result which no single person can deliver. It's always been like that, but much more so now. Even with Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, he had a core team of ministers who helped him achieve many of the things which Singapore did. Mr. Dr. Goh Keng Swee, Mr. Rajaratnam, Lim Kim San. Without them, much less would have been done. Mr. Goh Chok Tong had a strong team too, and I have greatly benefited from my ministers in cabinet, and I think it will be even more so with Lawrence. Lawrence has already emphasized the importance of teamwork amongst the ministers. To be effective as a PM, he must be able to trust and rely on his ministers, and his ministers must also be team players, supporting the PM, their PM, and supporting the team. And they all have to help the team to score goals collectively for Singapore. So if it means passing the ball to somebody else who can head it in, you must be willing to do that. And that's how the team has to work. And that's how Singapore cabinets have worked and been able to deliver results. And as I noted just now in passing, that's not how all other cabinets in the world work. And the rivalries and internal politics that you read about and occupy the political pages of their newspapers and make it even into our newspapers. These destructive dynamics, all these years we have avoided them, and that's been a very important factor in the PAP success and in Singapore's success. And for Singapore's sake, we must ensure that the PAP government always continues to work like this.